careful who you take advice from. Let me tell you why. Everyone is projecting their own reality onto you. They're projecting their own experiences, their own limitations. And don't get me wrong, this doesn't mean you should be arrogant and never take someone's advice or never be open to listening to someone. Always take in what others are saying, but be discerning. Because at the end of the day, I truly believe each one of our souls came here for a unique purpose, a unique mission to learn and grow from different experiences. So let's say you're talking to, let's just label it an A soul, and their mission is to do A, whatever that is. And you're a B soul and you're here to learn from different experiences, and you're taking advice from someone who is here to learn different things and experience different things, and you're adopting that advice, you're taking it on and blocking yourself from progressing on your own soul's unique journey because you are outsourcing your wisdom. And I see too many people doing this. I'll use my little brother as an example because I give him advice a lot. He's in a place in his life where he's trying to figure things out. Career paths. Should I choose the path of my dreams? Should I choose the path of stability? I like to be a dream nurturer, a dream fosterer, a dream doula, if you will. I like to help people birth their dreams and make them a reality. And that's what I have always done for myself. I don't abandon my dreams. They do evolve. So if I ever do let go of a dream, it's because I have changed, I have evolved, and realized that that wasn't my true dream. It was coming from lack, it was coming from ego, or it was coming from programming that I should want this. What I was trying to say is I give my little brother a lot of advice because there's already a ton of people in his life being voices of reason. I don't like to be simply a voice of reason. If anything, I like to be a voice of reason for your dreams specifically. But most people are being a voice of reason in this really practical, logical way. And I feel like we already have so much of that. So I'm here to be that person that's like, no, don't abandon your dreams. Don't abandon your intuition. Because if you feel called to go after something, even though it scares you and you keep feeling this tug, right? And maybe years have gone by and you still feel this pull, this call. It truly is for a reason. A lot of people ignore these soul callings, these urges, because it's not practical, because they don't have evidence that it's going to work out, because maybe in their life they really haven't had people who have listened to that calling. They've only listened to society's callings. They've only listened to what society has programmed us to believe we should want. And so I was telling my little brother, in our own family, we don't have a ton of examples of people who went after their dreams. And I think that's the case for a lot of people. And when you don't have that proof, that evidence that this is safe, you can do this. And if you don't have a support system that believes you can do this, because they were never able to, so they're in their own version of survival mode, trying to keep you safe, projecting their own advices onto you, projecting their own limitations onto you, it can really block you from going after what you know you truly want to go after, what your soul knows it's meant to go after. I know there are people like you out there who feel this calling to do something, to create something. And I just want to tell you, it requires sacrifice. It is risky. You will fail and learn from that and grow from that. But as long as you don't give up, you will get to your dream. And so if you think about your dream and you kind of do like a little mental checklist, like, okay, I'm willing to look like a fool. I'm willing to fail. I'm willing to be judged. I'm willing to be scared. I'm willing to commit despite all the uncertainty and the lack of proof. If you can say yes to each one of those things, then you are ready to go after your dream, because that's all it requires. It just requires this commitment and this faith, this unwavering faith that my success is inevitable. And I know from experience what this feels like. I started my first business in 2020. I created an amazing product. It was called Peace and Calm. I had to learn so much from that experience, and I wouldn't call that business a failure, but I definitely didn't reach my goals, and it wasn't able to sustain me financially. So I had to close up shop and keep going and keep doing what my soul is calling me to do. And so I was willing to choose to launch a business even though I was like, my success is not guaranteed. I don't know if this could work out for me. Like, no one in my family has done this. I don't know if I could do this. And that uncertainty, that self-doubt is actually something that I think is really important to highlight, because I think it's something everyone has to learn from and grow from. So if you have a lot of self-doubt, it's going to be reflected back to you through your experiences, especially if you launch a business. If you have this feeling of unworthiness, if you have this fear of being seen, of being heard, of allowing your creations to be seen, you are going to experience some failure for the purpose of you learning from it and growing from it. But not everyone does. A lot of people fail and then they're like, well, that's proof that I suck at this, or that's proof that I'm not meant to do this. As for me, I can definitely see that what I experienced with my first business was my own lack of self-worth, my own fears, like all of that was really reflected back to me with the results of my own business, because I wasn't advocating for my business like someone who truly believes in themselves and their product. Even though I fully believed in my product, I did not believe in myself. I was way too scared. I was really like tiptoeing and holding back, and I didn't apply myself as strongly as I could have in terms of learning marketing. Like, I was doing everything by myself, and I give myself grace, trust me. But at the same time, I can fully recognize that like I wasn't really going for it. I wasn't locking in to the degree that was required. And granted, I was working a 9-to-5 job, which I quit last year to go all in and figure it out, because I just know that I'm called to this certain life. And thankfully, I was privileged enough to be able to do that, to have a husband that was willing and able to support me financially during this period. And I'm still figuring it out. There are times where I'm like, maybe I should just give up, but I never do. I never listen to that. It's normal, it happens. But the main message that I wanted to give you is to please not give up on your dreams. If we have a big dream, it manifests in steps. It's very rare that you get that full package dream overnight, right? So for me, like when I was working a 9-to-5 job, I would write about my dream reality. I would script about it. I would write about how I don't wake up with an alarm and I take care of myself. I have a very strong morning routine, because when I was working a 9-to-5 job, I actually worked at 7 in the morning, and it was so hard to get up early enough to have a morning routine and make it to work in time, because I worked 30 minutes away and there was always traffic. And so I just remember feeling like my light was so dim, and I was calling in a life where I actually felt like I was glowing, like I was taking care of myself, like I was living. And I can honestly say that I manifested that dream. The bigger dream of mine was to create a business, a thriving business where I'm able to make income that actually supports my family. I'm not there yet, but I'm in the process. I'm here with you, building my dream. Like, hold my hand and we've got this. We'll go through this together. I just want to be authentic about where I am now, because I think it could really help people on a similar journey. So with that being said, I want to start sharing the tools that are really helping me in this phase of manifesting a dream into reality. I am currently, life update, living with my mother-in-law. If you've seen my previous videos, my house flooded in March, and I've been living away from home for over 4 months now. For 3 months, I was in this beautiful beach house. It was so nourishing. It was honestly such an amazing like little vacation, and it felt like a gift from the universe. And for the last month, I've been with my mother-in-law, who is so sweet and has made us feel so at home, and her home is very cozy. It's just been challenging because it's not my home and it's not my own personal space. I'm sharing it, but there's been so many beautiful lessons through this, and I'm actually really grateful that I got the opportunity to live with my husband's mother. It seems like we'll be moving in this Friday, right before the Lionsgate portal. Me and my husband have agreed, like, we're not going to be the same people moving back into this house. We already aren't because of what we've experienced, but beyond that, we're intentionally moving back into this home with like an identity shift. We're already claiming who we want to become, who we want to be before we move into that home this week. So that's also really exciting. I think when we're starting something new, even if it's moving back home, it's a really great opportunity to like plant some new seeds and set some new intentions and invite some new energy, invite new ways of being. Because when your brain gets uprooted, when your routine gets disrupted, or you move into a new place or you get a new job, your brain is actively being rewired because of the new experience. And it's a really great time to take advantage of that to create new habits, taking a step towards that version of you that you truly want to become, and that version of you that can truly build the life that you dream of building and living. So I will leave you with that. I hope you have a beautiful day. Take care. I love you guys, and I hope to see you soon.